Hello, my dear gardeners. Every year I look forward to see these blooms of my hydrangea here in the front. So these two hydrangeas are clearly working here because, I always see it as a celebration of garden life when these hydrangeas are blooming, and look at them, how lovely they are. But there are several hiccups here in the front, which every year I look forward to fixing, and somehow I don't. So today, me and you, we are going to work in the front. We will do our roses. We will put our roses for adoption because they are not working here in this area. Look at this. I'm so glad that my boxwoods are leafing out. I gave them a haircut here. They're leafing out behind this beautiful, pretty wattle fence, which is also doing a very good function. Remember, I just installed it several weeks ago. Installed the bricks. You see, they're not moving away. There was a bald spot here on the grass, covered with bricks. It's very easy to mow here. I didn't mow this section yet. And the only thing is that debris, you see, the leaves, they're kind of accumulating against this little wattle fence instead of moving right under the shrubberies. But at the same time, nothing is moving out and nothing is being seen there. And remember, I worried how my hydrangeas were kind of bald here. It covered it in no time with the blooms. And the blooms are so gorgeous. Look at them, how nicely they stay. Nice and straight. We had a lot of rains, and hydrangeas, of course, hydrangeas love rain. So they're doing pretty good here. And that's another thing. Hydrated plants stay in bloom much longer. So if you want your plant to go in bloom and then right away into seed, you don't water that plant and that's it. You will get only the hips or spent blooms. Here I make sure that I water this hydrangea almost like every second day, because eventually these blooms are going to turn into green color and then brown in the fall. But for now, look at them. And when I water them regularly, they stay like this in this beautiful, pretty white color so much longer. And look, there is a bumblebee right now. Although there are not many pollinators on these flowers, unfortunately. I would love for this hydrangea to be covered by pollinators. All right, so let's see what happened here. My wonderful son did the trimming of yews here, and you can see this guy is not trimmed on the top yet. I'm going to try to make a ball out of it, although there is a big difference between this level and this level. But we needed to do this, These two yews, three actually, are flanking our front garden. And this was intentional, this ball was intentional, the same as that one. But these yews are getting out of shape. They're so big and they just want to become bigger and bigger. They're old ones. We inherited them with the house many years ago, 15 years ago. So these shrubs are just very functional here. They're hardworking. I barely water them, barely take care of them. And they do their job here. The only thing, they want to become bigger and bigger. So I said to my son, you know what, do a tight haircut. Don't go into the dry wood, although yews are very good at rejuvenating from old wood. It takes them time, but they do come back, But I really didn't want my yews to be bare. That guy suffered, you see how bare it is. So we are experiencing a little bit of heat wave right now. More strong high temperatures are going to come. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to water these yews. I rarely water them, but through the next week I'm going to water them, and maybe later, at the end of the week, we'll give them fish emulsion to promote that green growth, because fish emulsion is big on nitrogen, and nitrogen is responsible for nice lushy growth. And maybe in a month, or maybe less than a month, 2-3 weeks, my yews will have those green shoots all over, and they will look so much prettier. This area, this is the hiccup in the front. You see this mess here now? When the new yew is cut back, you can see all the leaves accumulations there. I like to keep leaves under the shrubberies where they're not noticeable, but here you can see all this mess. So this area is being shared by, which bulbs are growing here? Irises, I think. Yeah, irises are growing here, and they are here from the previous owners from 15 years ago. And I always would say, okay, I have to move them, and I never do. So what I did here in the front, I planted this nepeta. Nepeta lays down because irises are pushing it down, and irises are dying. Nepeta is in this stage. So this year I'm doing this corner, I'm cleaning everything out, covering with a mulch, taking out bulbs, and maybe giving Nepeta a Chelsea chop. This way all this unruly growth will be gone, and Nepeta will still have good time to create nice tuft of greenery here, covering all that area, right? I think that will work. And of course my beautiful rose. I resigned to looking at this Eden rose with such a small growth here. I was thinking it's going to be all over the place. No, we have too much shade here. Shade is increasing. Well, at least Eden rose is not dying here, so it's a nice little presence here on this little whatever thing I made here, rose support. And the blooms of Eden rose, they are just perfect. Beautiful, beautiful blooms. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to dig up all my beautiful Queen of Sweden roses from here, because clearly they are not happy here, so I'm going to find them an adoptive home. Some other gardeners will raise them beautifully in the sun, and they will find a new home, you know. So I will put them out to the adoption to our local town garden club. And then I'm going to go to the store, and I want to plant a hydrangea, smooth leaf hydrangea, but not this. I want to plant maybe that hydrangea, the pink smooth leaf hydrangea. Look at this beautiful thing here. We had drought, so this hydrangea didn't stay long in its pretty stage. It's already aging a little bit, as you can see. I like it here. I think this hydrangea will will feel so much better there, because near the house there is no root competition there, and I can water it, and it can stay hydrated there, and it's not too tall. It will play well, that color will play well with my white hydrangea, but I'm not sure if I will find this hydrangea in the nursery. So we are going to go to the nursery. Maybe our plants will change depending on what's available in the nursery. But I want to plant it today, make sure it's all watered and growing well. I see a big field of perennials. You know how sometimes you go to the nursery and they specialize only on annuals, and there is row after row after row of annuals. So I was hoping that there would be good choice of hydrangeas, and I see a nice island of hydrangeas, although they're only mop head and all of them are pink, but there are quite a few of perennial shrubs, so maybe we can find something. Okay, let's go and explore. All right, what's the name of this hydrangea? Let's light or day hydrangea. It grows 3.5 feet to 3.5 feet, morning sun, part shade, which is this gorgeous beauty. Is going to have delayed morning sun and afternoon shade, which is fine. I think it's going to thrive. And what I like about this hydrangea, let me tell you, the variegated foliage, look how beautiful it is. Let me go put it there and see how it's going to look. I have this little stone here. A very healthy plant. It arrived just yesterday to the nursery, which is great because it's hydrated. The pot is very heavy, and when I picked it up and I said, "Oh, you keep it well hydrated." And the lady said from the nursery, "No, we just received it yesterday." So I'm so glad that this beauty is all healthy, and look how many new buds are going to open up. So look at the foliage. As you know, hydrangea, many times of the year, it's just foliage, right? Not those gorgeous blooms. And look at the variegation here. I love it. It's going to be good here in this area. You know, I get excited about all the plants, new plants coming into my garden, thinking this is the place, and well-matched place in the garden for the plant is the best solution. And I really think that this is a great solution here. Unfortunately, roses didn't work. They're going to be in somebody else's garden, hopefully thriving. And this hydrangea, 3.5 feet. So we were talking something like this and something like this, just under the windows. So instead of rose blooms under the windows, I will see these very lovely blue blooms. And on the way home, I went to Marshall's and I saw these beautiful like earth-looking, stone-looking pots. Look at that pot right there. You see this guy with my cedar? It's broken. And I wanted to buy those stone, ancient-looking pots, but I'm worried that they're made out of whatever they're made out of. They're not winter hardy, so I wouldn't be able to keep that pot through the winter. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my own pot from cement here, get that sedum out and put it here, but that would be the project for another day. And of course, where is the time, right? So today I am planting this beauty. Ooh, it's going to be so good. And it came to the nursery fresh before blooming, so we will enjoy blooms here. So we will see those blooms, and they are gorgeous. I took 5 roses out from here. There was a 6th one all the way out there. It was just too gnarly. It didn't have enough light consistently and I couldn't save it, so that goes out. I'm going to fill all these holes here, and you know what? I am glad that my hydrangea is going here in the middle of summer, because in the middle of spring or fall, this hydrangea is so far there back that probably I would run into a mistake of planting this hydrangea too close here. But I want that to cover this unsightly bottom of my Eden rose, since Eden rose is struggling with foliage there. And you know what, might as well, it's bare there because it needs air circulation. Eden rose is struggling here with a black spot. So I'm planning to plant this hydrangea right somewhere here. Maybe at the beginning I was thinking to plant it right near boxwoods, but then maybe behind boxwoods I can do some sort of spring bulbs in front of my hydrangea. So this one is going right here. And my beautiful roses, I watered them. Let me just whatever goes in, goes in. I watered them. I'm going to put them to the curb with a sign, free plants, and will tell my gardening friends to go and collect them and baby them and grow them in the garden. So that's a plan. And this hydrangea is so healthy and looking so good. It's going in, and this hydrangea it does change the color of its blooms, not like mop head hydrangeas that if pH is more than 7, your hydrangea would be pink, and less than 7, it moves into blue colors. This one, it has the center pink or blue, and then on the outskirts it has white little flowers. So only the center is going to change. And flowers are not as so gorgeous and so asking for attention like this hydrangea or my mop head hydrangeas. But this hydrangea does its quiet show with foliage, and that foliage lasts the whole season. So there, my beauty. Plus, it's hardy to zone 5. From 9 to 5, I'm zone 7A. This hydrangea should be living well here, since this is such a protective area here. No winds. Both sides are structures, back of the house. Pretty good, right? All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, I will put it in, and I would want it to be blue color. I think blue color would be nice and strikingly beautiful here. Plus, at the back I have one boxwood to share, so I will pluck another boxwood right here to finish this row of boxwoods. And next year, because I trimmed these boxwoods, they're going to leaf out exceptionally well, and they're going to be very bushy. All right, let's do that. In no way do I want to mix this mulch, even if it's old mulch, together with soil, because mulch will deprive soil of nitrogen temporarily. So I'm going to make a nice ring out of soil around the roots of my hydrangea to keep water in. And then I will cover everything with soil. This way water goes straight to through the mulch, to this ring, this basin of water, and stays near the roots of my hydrangea. Okay, that looks good. And now I'm going to cover it all with mulch. Hydrangea loves deep, rich soil full of moisture, and mulch will just do that, will help the soil to stay nice and full of lovely water. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And now we're going to water this beauty. I need to get another bucket of water because I want all that water to go deep down, really keep all this area nice and not being dry. Although I see that the soil is pretty good right now. We had good rain, several rains recently, so my hydration should be good. Although I still will go and get another bucket. This is a tough corner for this Eden rose. I'm not sure how much hydration it gets here. There is no roof though. Right, we are done here. Look at this. Isn't it lovely? I'm going to save the tag because I'm going to forget the name of this beauty. And hopefully it will thrive here. As for this situation here, well, it's a lot to do, plus I have to know the place where I want to place these bulbs. And by the way, these are daffodils, not irises. So there are quite a lot of them, and I was thinking I would put them in like not in a row along my front flower bed, but in predictable spaces of 5 or 6 for them to raise up and have that continuity. Not really straight line because I don't want it to be very artificial, but that's a lot of work, and we are getting warmer. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to go inside the house and leave this job for next day, and all this too. Although it is unsightly, but this foliage is gone, it doesn't look good, and this is the front of the house. Well, maybe tomorrow. My dear gardeners, it was a good day. I'm glad I solved that hiccup finally, and my hydrangea has a new start there. So I'm looking forward to those blooms because they're just opening up, and I will definitely be showing you those blooms. Happy gardening.